A very good evening. A very good evening to all of us. Thank you and welcome to today's session of the free course AI for Teacher. Today, majorly we are focusing on the module one, the first module of the course, which is on prompt engineering for teachers. Now, this video particularly is for those who have completed the first set of steps in the task for today. Let's keep in mind, please, those of us that feel like, oh yeah, the class is supposed to, we've stated this from the onset, this is a practical class. This is not a class where you sit down and then we just talk. This is a doing class. This is an action class. This is a class where we want to give you the tools, not just give you the tools, but show you how to use the tools. But not just show you how to use the tools, but help you start using the tool. And well, we have very little time on our hand to do that, and the best way we can do that is give you tasks that you complete, and by completing that task you build yourself in the process. You build yourself mentally, intellectually, you build your mindset, and that's what the task of today is meant to do for you. Now, step one is to study the videos that have been posted earlier. One is on recap and the other one on feedbacks and dissection of some of the prompts that we have received yesterday from the assignment by Christiana and Okoli and Amaka. Step two, after going through all those videos, take the quiz that helps you revise the principles of prompt engineering, revise the loopholes, revise those knowledge that have been shared in the video. It helps you revise that, and it's once you have completed that, send the score to the group, send your score to the group, and once you've sent your score to the group, send a copy of that to Facilitator Bemi, and she will send you the teachers prompt engineering assessment, which is majorly the one I'm having in this video, that I'm going to be covering in this video. Now I'm going to be showing you in this video how to work with the prompt. Virtually some people have already sent a message that they don't understand the question, or they don't understand how they are supposed to do this particular assignment, and that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you in this video, how to do this assignment and how to put it in. And well, you'll find out that at the end of the day, you find out that this is actually a task that has been put together to help you understand not just how to build your prompt or how to compose your prompt as a teacher, but how to put together a prompt that helps the AI to be able to speak in your place. It's just like having a personal assistant that understands you and is able to speak for you, or able to do things the way you would have liked to have them done, even if you're not around. That's what the AI does for you. So it saves you time, and by being able to understand how to prompt it rightly, you can save yourself more time, rather than having to oh yeah, I'm trying to generate my a couple of materials, and then you still spend like 30 minutes trying to get the AI to understand you. That shouldn't be. And that's what this part of the module is trying to help you achieve. Well, the module starts with AI prompt creation and refine generation worksheet, and that's exactly what it is. It is a worksheet. It's a template that is meant to help you get cleared about what are the things you need to include in your prompt to help the AI understand exactly what you want. And well, by understanding exactly what you want, give you what you need it to eventually deliver to you. How does this work? Well, the teachers are expected to fill each section created in a ready-to-use prompt optimized for tools like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and these are only the ones that we know that they are very much free. You have free access to, and you should have very little problem using them. We have others. We have Gemini, we have Copilot, we have Cloud, we have we have several other LLMs that are out there that you can use, but these ones are the ones that are working, that you can actually easily get your hands on and work around it and easily manipulate to able to get what you want with this course and with the knowledge that you get from this course, and within very little time. Okay, let's dive into it now. This worksheet, it starts with a sample. The table you are seeing here is just like a sample of what you are expected to do. You see that there's this part that says your turn. There's this part here that says, oh, your turn, and that is where you get to fill in your own responses to generate your prompt. So let's quickly go through it. You will notice that in the recap video, we talk about the steps for creating your prompt, the steps that you should follow in creating your prompt, and these are the steps that have been stated here as well. Let me zoom it out. These steps have been stated here as well. Step 1, define the role. What role do you want the AI to take on? Who should it act as? Step 2, it's what task should it do for you, and who is it doing the task for? Okay, what should the AI create, and for whom is it creating it for? And that is the reason why guiding questions have been put in place here to guide you. Okay, on step 1, the question you want to ask yourself is, who should the AI act as? Is it as a secondary school economics teacher, or as a school administrator, or as experienced curriculum planner? Anything, anyone. Okay, and also, once you have been able to get this done, your response should be something like what we have here. That should be your response. Your response should be, well, you are, who should the AI act as? You can start by saying act as a senior economics curriculum expert familiar with Nigerian financial system. That is step 1, and then it takes you to step 2, which is your what? Your task or audience. The question you want to answer here is, what should the AI create, and who should it keep in mind while creating what it is creating? Well, for teachers, eventually you want to keep your students in mind when you are, or well, your audience in mind when you are creating any worksheets or any material with the AI. And that's what the input should look like is, okay, should it create a lesson plan on a topic for a particular grade or a particular class or for a particular sector of students? That's what is being covered here. You can see these placeholders here. That's what these placeholders are meant for. And when you put it together, this is what you are going to have. Act as a senior economics curriculum expert familiar with the Nigerian financial system. Create a 50-minute lesson plan on functions of money for SS1 students using the economics textbook. Now, the best part is, it's better you state which economic textbook you are talking about here. If it is an economic textbook that is available on the internet, let the AI know, write the right name so that it can be able to sort it on the internet by itself and it will be able to use it. If it's a blog that you want to use, put the link to the blog there. I'm not sure if it's going to be getting it. Yeah, you can put the link to the blog there. It will source for it and it will try to go through it, or copy the content of that blog into the AI chat environment so that it will be able to see what you want it to create lesson plan on. And if it is your lesson notes, you can easily just paste your lesson notes in the chat box and say, using this lesson notes. Eventually, you can even also upload your lesson notes using the attachment button. If you well, that one will be covered in another video, especially tomorrow during our second module. The next thing you see on the table or on the worksheet is the constraints or style, which has been talked about in the recap video. Then you want to tell the AI what are the specific rules, teaching method you want it to use, local context you want it to keep in mind when creating this lesson plan. Since we are focusing on lesson plan for now, What format do you want it to use? State the format, or copy and paste the format there. State it. Is it date, subject, instructional material, lesson objective, and then we should be having maybe step 1, step 2, step 3 for the teachers delivering the lesson, and then maybe step 1, step 2, step 3 for the students activity during each lesson. What should the teacher discuss? Do you want an evaluation? Do you want guiding questions in every step? You should state all this very clearly for the AI. These are the constraints. These are the constraints. Moving forward, you can say, okay, use group activity to explain it, and then you can have your prompt generate, and you can put that part of your prompt like this. Use Nigerian examples, e.g., Naira, POS transaction, and include one hands-on activity that student can do during the class. That is what this one is for. That student can do during the class to understand the concept of how money works, given that that is the case study that we are using in this case. So when you read this together, you'll be having as a senior um, economics curriculum expert familiar with Nigerian financial system, create a 50-minute lesson on functions of money for SS1 students using the economics textbook. Use Nigerian examples. Example Naira, and include one hands-on activity that student can practice during the class. That student can practice during the class or during the lesson, whichever way you want it to be. Then it moves you to the next step, which is the key content. What must be covered? What must be covered? What are the concepts you want the AI to focus on specifically for this particular lesson or for the particular material you are working with? And your input should be something like this. Key points: number 1, number 2, number 3. Yes, now you have it here. An example is define money and its characteristics, which is going to start as objective 1. Explain 3 functions or mediums of exchange. Okay, now the 3 functions, you can go as far as listing it again. The 3 functions of money that you want to focus on, at least that we are focusing on as far as this sample is concerned, is the medium of exchange, the store of value, and the unit of account. That is how to be specific with your content, to tell the AI particularly this is what you want to focus on in this particular lesson plan. And then, okay, number 3 is discuss the digital money in Nigeria, and this shows how you are able to put together a very, very specific information, very, very specific instruction for the AI to know exactly what you want, and not to go beyond those constraints, beyond this particular boundary that you have set for it. And well, it's also avoid the AI giving you generic answers or giving you just a general lesson note. The next thing you want to do is give the AI a step-by-step logic to follow in giving you the lesson plan or in structuring your lesson plan. Give the AI a very straightforward structure to follow in putting together your lesson plan. You can see guiding questions are here that says what? How should the AI structure the lesson? How should the AI structure the lesson? The next thing says what? Your input will be like, okay, number 1, the lesson should follow this on the lesson plan should follow the structure number 1, number 2, number 3, and you can see it here. We see that the lesson is following a structure here. Then all you just have to put it is, if it's a lesson plan you are creating, you say the lesson plan should follow the structure. Then you put number 1, number 2 right here, number 3 right here. Whatever is your number 1. Okay, in this case we said the AI should start by what? Start by telling us real life scenarios of how money is used within the society, so that the teacher gets to be able to eventually tell the student and paint it very well for the student to see the real life scenario. And then after doing that, the lesson plan should move on to what? Direct instructions and visuals, or visual cues that the teacher can use to talk about money, to help the student understand the topic that is the subject matter of that particular lesson. And then the AI, after doing the first two steps, should give a group activity, which is market simulation in the case of the one we are talking about. You are an expert in your field, and you should be able to decide eventually what you want for your own lesson eventually. And then afterwards, the AI should give us steps. The AI should give us what? Assessments to assess the lesson. Soon after that, we have the next step, which talks about revising, revising. Now, the question you want to ask yourself here is, how will you refine this? How will you refine this? Now, this means, how will you refine what the AI is going to generate for you? Because by now, you should be able to have a prompt that you are going to give to the AI eventually, and then have it generate something for you. Whatever it generates for you, tell the AI, even before you supply your prompts, that these are the other information that I will be supplying to you for you to work with when preparing this lesson plan. These are the other information. For example, okay, I'll be adding data from CBN's 2024 cashless policy report for the AI to be able to use the knowledge from that particular report or that particular document to concretize what it is planning for your lesson, to concretize that. Or I'll adjust for this and that. Well, maybe I'll adjust for the right instructional material. Maybe the AI doesn't my school doesn't have the general instructional material that everybody should expect that anyone should have. So I'm going to adjust the lesson to this particular instructional material that I'm planning to use, or this particular type of instructional material that I will likely to use. Okay, moving on. Now, variants. The step 7 talks about the variants. What are the options you are giving to the you want the AI to give to you? Request alternatives from the AI. Request alternative, like tell it to generate 2 activities or 2 group activities that you can use, and then you can now pick one, or you can even decide to pick both activities to use in your class to to help your students learn better, to make what you want to explain to your student much more concretized. So how do you do that? Your input should be something like this: generate options for dash. Well, a good example is and you will have your example. Your own response can be like, provide 3 Nigerian-centric examples for the store of value function. And you can also say you should provide maybe 2 examples for I think we have what do we have here? Medium of exchange or unit of account, if it applies to you. Then bonus reward data. Now you can go ahead and include current or local data, either statistics or policies, research. Now you can ask the AI to Now here you can see include 2024 data on mobile money adoption in Lagos. Now for someone like for me, I can decide to add more information about my type of learners there. I can tell the AI, keep in mind that my learners are this set of learners. Maybe they are struggling learners. Maybe I have 20 students in the class and only 5 of them can barely understand advanced English language. So the AI should, as a result of that, keep in mind that my learners are maybe average learners. Are they slow learners? Are they fast learners? So what type of learner am I dealing with here? So that the AI can keep this information in mind when creating my lesson plan, when creating the type of examples to use for my lesson plan, when creating the type of analogies to use for my lesson plan. That part where we talk about examples, you can put analogies, you can get creative. As we've mentioned during the podcast on the recap, the more you see, prompting the AI effectively requires you to be a critical thinker. Think that's the reason why you should know that the teacher is the expert, the AI is a collaborator, the AI is an assistant. If you have someone assisting you with a task or a work, definitely you want to give that person specific instructions that help them to be able to understand exactly what you want. Now, when you get to this bonus real world data, you don't necessarily have to keep it to real world data. You can use your own context specific data. Tell the AI about your type of environment, the type of student that you have in your class. If you want the AI to actually like give you a lesson plan that uses a grade 3 level of English language to explain those concepts that you are trying to explain, do that. It also opens you up as well to new strategies that you can use. It will suggest it to you. And one more thing you want to do is this. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. This is kind of like the highlight of this video. Tell the AI to ask you questions for clarification. Tell the AI to ask you questions for clarification. This is very important. This is very important, but we'll cover more of that in the second module of this course. Now, after going through this is majorly for revision. This particular part of this particular framework is an example for you to see what your own should looks like. Now, your turn. Now this is where your own assignment is. Now you are to look at the role, the first step, the question. Look at the one that is stated up here as a sample and then use it to fill in. Choose your own subject, please. Choose your own subject, please. This one is just a template. You can remove the economics. Your own might be mathematics, your own might be English, your own might be basic science, integrated science, your own might be chemistry, your own might be social studies. Choose your subject, fix your subject in there and put the topic in brackets, and you fill in the gaps. Fill in the gaps. That's how you do the assignment. When you fill in the gap, by the time you finish filling the gap, your prompt is going to come here. Step 1, step 2. Now see me put all this together in the same place. Let's see here. I'm just going to copy everything I have here. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. You can see I've copied all the steps here. Okay, yeah, let's have step 8. So this is a bonus step. Now I'm going to come here. If you're doing this on the system, I think it's quite easy. If you're not on the system, well, you can manipulate the phone. Just copy the text one after the other, put them inside the bracket. Or since I've copied everything at once, I can easily just highlight all of this and paste it as text. How do I paste it as text? Go to this part of Microsoft Word, the paste icon, click on that arrow. From this arrow, now I'm using this method, this icon, so that it doesn't paste as a table, it pastes as a text, so that I can now adjust everything at once. Paste as a text. This is it pasting as a text. Now all I have to do is merge everything together into one paragraph. Now I can do that, and I can also decide to not do that, but I prefer to do that. Yes. So put it together, putting 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 it together. Yes. Now I can even decide to now add, okay, ask me questions, ask me questions, ask me questions for further clarification, for further clarification, for further clarification. Ask me questions for further clarification. Now, ask me questions for further clarification. Now, this is the assignment. This is what your assignment is going to look at when you finish. When you finish, this is one you are now going to send back to us that we are going to mark eventually. This is what you are going to send back to us that you are going to mark. Now, here you input your own responses. Your own responses is what you input here. Fill this one up with your own responses for your own subject, this chosen subject and the topic. Fill this up. Fill this up. That is what you do here. You replace this one with your own, and when you fill this up, you are going to have a final prompt. Now here you're going to be having your own final prompt. So here you're not going to send this one back to us, you are going to send us your own final prompt. Especially if you have used this table that is right here. If you use the table that is right here, you will have had your prompt already. So this one, this particular table, is to help you get more clarity. Now distribute everything you have put together here. Everything you have put together here, distribute it here. It will help you now see, okay, what more would I like to add? What more would I do I think I'm missing? If this AI is an assistant, what more information do I need to give to it to help it understand exactly more of what I want, my context, the type of learners I'm working with, the type of mindset they have, how I want it to address them and address this lesson plan for them so that it becomes easier for them. And it makes you creative if you do things like this. This is going to be the end of this video. Thank you very much. If you have further questions on how to submit, you are just supposed to submit to me directly. Your prompt is going to be pasted here. That is your answer. And also at the end here, you have another work. Please. After you must have given this one to ChatGPT. However, that is not for today. That's going to be for the next part of tomorrow. So you are still going to be working with this one tomorrow. After you must have given it to ChatGPT, paste it into either DeepSeek or ChatGPT. Please, to access ChatGPT, just search for it on Google. You'll be able to access ChatGPT. Even DeepSeek, to access DeepSeek AI, just search for it on Google. You'll be able to access DeepSeek AI. Now, after doing this, you have to let us know, at least give us a short reflection essay on did the AI cover all the points you provided in your prompt? Did it cover it? When it gave you your response, which variant was most usable? Which variant was most usable among the options? Don't forget that the variant is you telling the AI to give you 2 or 3 samples, or either 3 examples, analogies, and the rest. Just as we have here, suggest 2 alternative hooks. Suggest 2 alternative hooks. So you can now decide, okay, which of those alternatives do you later find better and do you later pick to use for your own lesson, and what would you tweak or what would you change in your next prompt now that you have seen the output of the AI. Now your own response, that is the response that the AI has given you, please paste it here. That is what you are supposed to paste here. Paste it here. That's what you are supposed to paste here. But this is the one we are going to review in our next video. This is what we are going to review in our next video. Thank you very much. Wish you the best, and I pray for you to be able to become a professionally certified teacher when working with AI with this course. I believe so. It has worked for me, and I believe it will work for you. If you go through this with the discipline required, with the commitment required, I have no doubts. I've used this method to teach my own fellow colleagues how to use this AI ethically and leverage it in making their work easier, faster, and more efficient, more productive in how they work. Thank you very much. This is going to be the end of this video. See you in the next class.